Hey everybody, it's James Faulkner. I'm here with Mitch Dyer.
That's me.
We're at TGS 2015.
Tokyo Game Shoot.
Guess what we played?
We played, I can guess, I was there.
Oh,
it
you
was
can?
Metal Gear Online.
It was real good.
Nailed it. Yeah, Metal Gear Online's a lot of fun, unsurprisingly, right? Like it's, hey, let's take all of the really awesome sandbox elements from the Phantom Pain and give it all those tools to 16 people. And we did really good.
We did really well. Now, you can play the game two ways, kind of. You can
Yes.
play non-lethally and you can play lethally.
Yes, and there are advantages to both.
There are. We played a mode called Bounty Hunter, in
Yes.
which the more you kill, the higher your bounty is.
Good, good. I follow you.
However, if someone tranks you and you fall asleep and they Fulton you, they get all the points back towards their, like, it's like their ticket counter, I
Yeah,
think.
it adds back to the respawn counter. So if you and I are on opposite teams, I trank you, I choke you out, I CQC you, right? Like, these are all like great non-lethal tools you can use in Metal Gear, and hey, they work really well in online. So if I Fulton James, I now get that spawn added back to my ticket counter.
Yes.
So if my team's behind, it's like, well, you know, we could kill them and try to get their ticket counter down, but they're outplaying us. So let's just let's slow things down, sneak a little bit, get some darts in people's brains, choke them out a little bit, Fulton them, get our respawns back while taking them out.
To be fair, we didn't really actually need to do that. We ended up doing it a lot just because we were dominating so hard. But but it does cause, like, you're able to have comebacks in a meaningful way rather than like, hey, we killed them some more, we got to come back.
And it's not one of those things like you don't necessarily need the entire team to play that way. Like you don't need a non-lethal team because you still need to kill people.
Yes.
But what we ended up doing is, like, James would hop in the D-Walker, and he would tear stuff up with the chain gun, and I would sneak around the other side of everything. Like, while conflict was happening, I would sneak around with the trank gun and take anybody out who was hiding behind cover, and then I would just Fulton them out. And hopefully their buddies didn't shoot the balloon.
There are also a couple things on top of this. There are 3 different classes.
Yes.
Each with different loadouts. I don't know if you can customize them. We weren't able to, at least
Everything
in this build.
was preset. I would assume it's going to be customizable, just like the characters, right? Like that's the big thing. Even in the campaign, you can customize a lot of stuff. So ideally, that'll be there. I'm sure it will be.
And then within each of those classes, there were 4 loadouts. They had different things. Most of them had like non-lethal things, but it was like the Infiltrator,
Scout, and Enforcer.
Enforcer, yeah.
Nailed it.
Again, Enforcer, you could have a heavy machine gun, guns that show more armor.
There's like subclasses in that, right? Like you could be the Enforcer, but in there you're like the Assault guy or the Covering Fire guy, depending on what you want to do. So you can play a different role depending on the kind of match you want to have.
Totally. But it enabled us to, like, we buddied up. You do the... and then you get like a little circle around you, and I think you get points if you're working together. Yeah. That wasn't very clear.
And you can spawn on each other. Yeah, there's a lot that's not clear, right? Like, the game is out in a month. Like, it launches in October. But everything here is very, like, here's this chunk of the game in a very specific way. So we're still figuring it out, right? Like, this is our first hands-on. They finally revealed the game. We got lots and lots of videos on IGN of different matches and different modes, so go check those out, too. Yeah. We also, man, my favorite thing about it is, like, the scale works.
Yes.
Like, the sandbox elements are all there. You're in a big space, and 8 people sounds like a lot for a team. But you can do what you and I did, which is buddy up. Or we can follow the hero guy, right? Like, you might have, like, Big Boss on your team.
Yeah, it was, I think in the match, it was Big Boss and Ocelot. I don't think we saw any others.
And they have different skills and abilities, because everyone, like, every class comes in with unique stuff, right? So those guys are going to come in with different tools than you and I will. So it's nice to be able to, like, pair up with them and try to protect them, because they're a really great unit. And being able to do that in a big scaled environment with 16 people is awesome. Yeah.
The one last thing, my favorite thing, is you can do the thing where you basically run 2 steps and you can just, like, dive directly into people, and that will stun them and knock them over.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's real fun.
It's all the dumb stuff about Metal Gear works here. Like, you can be in a cardboard box. It doesn't really serve a purpose, but you could run up to somebody in the cardboard box.
The slide,
like,
it helps.
The slide is so good. You're so mobile. I forgot about that. That's a good point. God, all of it is so good. I love it, man. Like, I'm already really in love with this game. I cannot wait. It's only a month away. I'm actually really glad it didn't launch, because now I had all this time to, like, train up in the Phantom Pain, and now I'm like, I feel like I'm ready.
So, for more on Metal Gear, you're in the right place. IGN.